Welcome to Nagano!
Welcome to Nagano, the home of the Olympic Games in 1998.
Hello and greetings from Nagano City in Japan. Today we're visiting the capital and largest city of Nagano Prefecture. In this video, we'll explore one of the oldest and most important temples in Japan, and you walk through this dark, pitch black tunnel, relive moments from the 1998 Winter Olympic Games. Super cool and unexpected, but there's actually a training session for speed skating. Sample sake and amazake at a local brewery. Try it, see how you like. Feast on soba and tempura.
Huge amounts of noodles.
And embark on a day trip to visit forest shrines and a ninja folk village. If you dreamt of being a ninja as a kid, you're gonna like this place. So hit that subscribe button and let's check out some of the best things to do in Nagano, Japan. We are currently walking down Zenkoji Nakamise Street. This is a historic road lined with beautiful buildings, and it leads straight to Zenkoji Temple, where we're headed to next. So yeah, just a beautiful day to be out exploring this area. It's just so lovely and can't wait to bring you along. Nakamise Street is the street that leads you towards Zenkoji Temple, and it's a place filled with cafes, restaurants, souvenir shops, and stores galore. Shortly after crossing one of the temple gates, we too were tempted by some of the delicious desserts on display. So we found a little shop. It's called Beni Beni, and we were just so tempted by their picture of this apple pie with custard, salted caramel, and it looks like cornflakes on top, so a little mid-morning treat. Why not? We need our energy to visit the temple anyway, so...
Get a sugar kick going, huh?
That's so good. That is really tasty. Love the custard and apple combo.
Lots of apple in there?
Well worth it. The cream is just oozing out.
Show us the cream.
And I thought I'd mention the apples for this pastry are from Nagano Prefecture. They use lots of local ingredients. They have a little display that explains, like, the milk comes from here, the apples come from here.
The apples they have on display look immaculate. Like, they look almost fantasy-like. They look so interesting. That's a messy dessert, though, I gotta say. You're gonna need some napkins.
I don't have any.
You don't have any? Oh, you're gonna have to figure something out.
Let me just say, this street is one temptation after the next. So many desserts, so many sweets, ice creams, pastries, custard. So I think apple pie was enough for now, but we'll probably grab something else along the way because it just all looks so good. Then it was time to explore the temple complex. Zenkoji Temple is a Buddhist temple that dates back to the 7th century. What makes this temple special is that it is said to house the first Buddha statue to have been brought over to Japan. However, there's a lot of secrecy surrounding this statue and no one is allowed to see it. Every 6 years, a copy of the statue is brought out just for a few weeks so pilgrims have an opportunity to gaze at it. This did not coincide with our visit, but we were pretty content getting to climb the Sanmon gate and enjoy the views. So, no filming allowed indoors, but it's okay once you're out on the balcony and you just get some beautiful views, not just of the temple grounds, but the city, the mountains off in the distance.
This temple is amazing. Hands down the most impressive temple we've been to on this trip.
And we've seen a lot of temples.
Yeah, it's enormous. Like, for us to explore everything, just looking in all directions, we're gonna be here for a while. And that's a good thing.
Alrighty, one of us was a little braver at this temple, and it was not me.
Normally it would be you. You normally do the more daring things. You've done like treetop walks and zip lining, which I haven't done. But I was the one who went into the dark tunnel.
Yes.
where you literally cannot see anything and you have to keep your hand on the right side of the wall the entire time. Like you literally can't even see the person in front of you or behind you.
So I'll give a little background so you guys understand, like, what is this tunnel?
Yeah.
So basically, there is a tunnel underneath the temple. It is called Okaidan Meguri, and it's considered one of the holiest parts of the temple. And you walk through this dark, pitch black tunnel because it's supposed to represent what life is going to be like after you're dead. And Sam was able to do it. I couldn't. I tried.
It's a whole lot of dark nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to tell you, if you don't like confined spaces and you're not particularly fond of the dark, you'll be using up all of your courage points for the day. And it does go on a little bit further than you think.
Oh.
But I'm glad I did it. It was an interesting experience, and just one foot after the other. Don't bump into the next person if you can. Just go slow. Some people might bump into you. That happened to me.
I'll add something else to the tunnel thing. It wasn't the darkness that bothered me because I've done the dine in the dark where it's like pitch black. It was the fact that it's a tight space,
Yeah.
and there are lots of people going through the tunnel. Like
Yeah.
obviously you go one in front of the other, but still it was the amount of people and the confined space, like the size of the
Yes.
tunnel. It wasn't the darkness that was the issue.
Yeah,
So
I
keep
didn't love
that in mind. It's more like claustrophobia.
Yeah, it'll
than
trigger
darkness.
your claustrophobia for sure.
Yeah.
The other thing that I was worried about too, because there's probably no country in the world where it's worse to be over 6 feet tall. I kept thinking I'm gonna hit my head, so I was like crouching down, hand on the wall like that. But it was fun. I'm glad I
Yeah.
did it. I'm glad I did
But
it.
the temple itself, it is beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
impressive. I am so glad we went in there. It's just so ornate and elegant and dark wood and lots of gold. It
Yes.
reminded me of visiting temples in Thailand, and
Yeah.
also the burning incense reminded me of Nepal, so it was
Yeah.
cool.
No, I'm even gonna upgrade this attraction. I think it's the most impressive attraction we've been to on our entire trip. It's just like you could probably spend half the day here if you were gonna dine in the restaurants, eat the snacks, and visit every site and take it all in. It's a massive place, and it way exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
for sure.
Well, friends, we sure worked up an appetite here walking around that amazing temple in Nagano. I'm having some hot tea. We were honestly looking around for a place to eat for a while and didn't really find anything that particularly tickled our fancy. But after coming down the hill a bit, we found this it's a soba and ramen and sake bar all rolled into one. But I also noticed on the wall, I'm not sure if we'll do this, but you can do a sake tasting. You can get 3 different varieties. Looks like they're pretty big glasses with some snacks to go along with it. The food has arrived, and my goodness, it looks amazing. The portions are gigantic. Take a look at how big my noodles are. Just a huge amount of noodles. And then over here, we've got assorted tempura. You can see this one is a shrimp. This one is what I'm really looking forward to. These look like forest mushrooms, and looks like there may be some carrot, some sweet potato. Oh, it's a nice mix. And instead of having like a tempura sauce, something to dip into, they gave us wasabi salt. So I'm gonna grab a bit of that, sprinkle it on, and try some. I think I'll go for the mushroom. Oh no. I think this is a sweet potato. Oh, it's the pumpkin, guys. Big pumpkin fan. Nothing like tempura. And gotta try the noodles, of course. Again, really tasty. This place was a real find. Like a little bit further away from the tourist area around the temple. So very happy to be here.
I also have a bowl of tempura that I'm very excited about. And to accompany, or rather for my main, I got the soba. These are the dipping kind.
Take it for a swim.
You've seen us have these before. This is the thing to eat in Nagano Prefecture.
Yes. Oh, it looks really good from here. Oh, good job. You finished them all.
so we are currently at the Yoshinoya Sake Brewery, and the space is kind of divided into different buildings. We're currently inside their museum, and then we're going to pop over to their other building where you can do a sake tasting, and they've got some really lovely helpers whom we've already met, and they speak English. So yeah, looking forward to trying some sake. But first, visiting the museum, seeing some old photos of what the brewery was like in its beginnings, and also a cool building architecturally.
It's fascinating. There's something else that's really cool about this museum that distinguishes itself from other Japanese museums. You don't have to take your shoes off. There's no one really watching what you're doing. And it just feels like you can kind of openly explore. It's great. Yes. Take photos too, and video.
After visiting the museum, we did a free sake and amazake tasting. We were already familiar with sake, or rice wine, but amazake was something completely new for us. This is a sweet drink made from fermented rice, and it can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
So no sugar, no fat.
Oh, it's white.
It's got a milky.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
I'll try it, see how you like.
Oh, it's very sweet. Very tastes nice. Yeah.
A lot of vitamin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nutritious for you.
Ooh.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, number 3. We got number 3.
Oh, that's nice too. So it's called amazake?
Amazake.
Amazake.
Well, we went in for a little sake tasting and did some souvenir shopping.
Yeah, we were so impressed by the service, and they're just the friendliest people. We tried 5 or 6 different ones.
Yeah, so we tried 3 amazakes,
Yeah.
which is sake without the alcohol. It's like
Right.
milky.
And then we had 3 other sakes, and I mean, we could have kept going. They were like, do you want more? We're like, well, we still got some stuff to do this afternoon. But we ended up bringing one home. This is the amazake, and it's beautifully wrapped here in this box. You see? We actually had, it's got, inside it's got bubble packing. And so we're gonna be taking home this amazake. This will be a gift for your mom, since it doesn't have alcohol. And we got to taste it. It's really nice and sweet.
Yes.
It has a delicious taste, So friends, something I love about Nagano is that the station and the bus terminal are right in the same spot. Which means that now we're going to a completely different part of the city. We're going to be visiting the Olympic Sports Center, and we're going to be taking bus number 4. And I think it's going to be arriving in just a few minutes. It's going to mean that we can save our legs to explore inside of the complex.
In 1998, Nagano hosted the Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games, and many of the former Olympic facilities can still be visited across the city. We decided to focus on Nagano Olympic Memorial Arena, also known as the M-Wave, since it is home to the Nagano Olympic Museum. Well, here we are at Nagano Olympic Memorial Arena. Sam didn't have too many requests from his time in Nagano, but this was one of them.
I remember this Olympics so well, friends. 1998. It was really interesting because the Olympics were obviously in Japan, so I had a fascination with that. It was the first time NHL hockey players were taking part, and it was Wayne Gretzky's last tournament. Eric Lindros was playing. The US had a strong team, but Canada ultimately lost to the Czech Republic. Yager and Hasek were just too good that year.
Wow, you've got very vivid memories. That's a lot of detail.
I remember that because I was waking up in like ridiculous hours back in Canada to watch the games as a kid. So I remember really well, and it's cool to be visiting here, and also just shows how much time has passed since those games. I ain't getting any younger, that's for sure. Friends, family, participants from all around the world, welcome to the Nagano Olympics 1998 Games.
is super cool and unexpected, but there's actually a training session happening for speed skating, guys. The M-Wave is where the speed skating events were hosted, and as you can see, it still gets plenty of use. We really weren't expecting to see so many athletes in action, but it just goes to show all the training and preparation that happens in the 4 years in between the Olympic Winter Games.
Oh, look how fast they're going.
The following day, we decided to visit Togakushi on a day trip from Nagano. We boarded the Highland Shuttle, which departs just outside Nagano Station, and we enjoyed a 1-hour journey through the countryside. The main draw to Togakushi are the shrines, forest hiking trails, and the ninja folk village, all of which we visited. Alrighty, good morning guys. It is the next day, day 2, and today we're on a little excursion. We decided to come up to the mountains and we're going to be visiting some shrines in the forest. The place we've come to is called Togakushi, and before we start our hiking, we're hungry, so we had to stop at a restaurant. It is around 11:30, so you know, better eat before we get cranky, and then we can go for a few hours. Also, there's a ninja folk museum in the area, which I'm hoping we'll get to visit as well. So a fun and exciting day out in nature.
Beautiful autumn colors out here. Can't wait to show you.
We're calling this the appetizer.
Yeah, so we wanted to get a few different tasty bites before our noodles arrive. This one here is pumpkin filling. Look at that. Remember we had those in, it wasn't Matsumoto, was it?
Yoyaki.
It was Matsumoto, the oyaki. So this is the pumpkin oyaki, loaded with pumpkin. Absolutely delicious. Okay, we got the same thing. So
We did. Today it is hot soba, a plate of piping hot soba noodles. Let's try it. I need to add this in. There we go, that's more like it.
now we're talking.
Now we are talking. We're getting fortified for the hike. This place does only soba. Don't expect udon or ramen. It's just soba is the specialty.
Yeah, those tend to be the best restaurants anywhere in the world when you key in on one thing, right?
Exactly. So, enjoying a beautiful walk over here, and we decided to take a bit of a detour.
Yep.
We're not going to the temple quite yet. We thought we would take the road less traveled, and Sam spotted a lagoon with ducks, so we're kind of walking in that direction.
Yeah, I think what's interesting here is that we've lost a lot of the tourists. The only other people we've noticed out here are kind of like more serious hikers and photographers.
Yes.
And so it's a much smaller group of people on this trail. And this particular section that we're at right now, we're the only ones here.
We are.
So we're just surrounded by beautiful fall colors, fresh mountain air, and you know, an adventure to be had. I hope we can see some interesting wildlife. There's a possibility of spotting bears here. Maybe we'll see some birds, maybe we'll see some ducks at this pond. who knows? We're up for anything.
Yeah, I'm okay without the bears, but
Yeah, maybe not
everything
the
else,
bears, or if we do see them from a nice, comfortable
a
distance.
distance.
Yeah.
So we have spent a lot of time visiting little mountain towns over the past month, specifically here in Nagano Prefecture. And one thing that we've noticed is that people here go hiking with little bells, teeny tiny little bells that just make a little bit of noise
Bear
to
bells.
spook the bears if they are nearby.
That's right.
So yeah, we feel pretty safe. We haven't actually bought bells because I feel like every Japanese person has a bell. So as long as
We're
there's
relying
someone-
on locals to keep us safe, basically.
Yeah. But no, even though we've seen like warning signs for bears, I really don't think we're gonna spot
No.
them.
And that's one of the things that we honestly, I think Nagano is one of my favorite prefectures because of all the nature opportunities, the opportunities to get out in the mountains, to go to onsen towns, to see snow monkeys, to go hiking, to go to cultural villages. There's so much to offer, and you can get the benefits of sort of both worlds. Staying in like Nagano City, you get the entertainment, the food options, the accommodation availability, and then like within less than an hour you can be out in a completely different area out in the mountains.
Yes.
That's so nice. I love that. Love that aspect of here.
Got little acorns here. Check this out. This is probably some nice bear food this time of year. Some nice nuts. What do you think, Sam? If you were a bear, would you be munching on these?
I'd be munching on it if I was any form of creature. They're delicious.
Any forest creature?
Any forest creature.
Then we visited Togakushi Shrine, which is the main draw to the area. This Shinto shrine complex is made up of 5 shrines and it involves a 2-kilometer walk down a path lined with towering cedar trees that are hundreds of years old. It was a beautiful walk, but you should also be prepared to share the experience with other people because this is a well-known spot. After visiting the shrine, we decided to check out the Togakushi Ninja Museum. This is a really neat spot with a ninja museum, a ninja trick mansion, you can throw ninja stars, and even chill out at a cafe. It was the perfect way to end our little day trip adventure to Togakushi.
最後はね、中指と親指で押さえてもらってください。
Oi, Samuel.
Ooh, I got it. 2.
You need to hit 5.
Three. 4.
4. Not 5.
Not quite, but almost. Are you ready?
I wasn't paying attention at the training. Like
Here.
this?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, good. 1. Release it, like, release point where you want it to go. Release. There you go. Almost. Oh, nice.
That's it. So, we are visiting a ninja house, a ninja folk village actually,
Yes.
and we just did 2 very cool things. The first place we went to was the ninja house, which is a maze. You are, I don't know, you're just...
Put it this way. This is the first room escape game that we actually got out of, but it took us a while. My favorite part, well, the different trapdoors were certainly cool, but my favorite part was the slanted room where you're kind of like walking up the room that's on a steep incline.
Yes.
And it messes with your equilibrium. Like I was dizzy.
Oh, yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
So basically, we're not allowed to film in there. You can't take any pictures, no cameras, no phones. But you're basically trying to work yourself through a maze of like sliding walls and trap doors and passageways that don't lead anywhere. So
There's
it's
a lot of those.
fun.
There's a lot of those. Yeah, it was so much fun. I totally get why they don't want you to film or take videos.
Yeah,
it would
otherwise, yeah.
spoil the fun if someone watched it. So.
But yeah, definitely do it. Like, come to the Ninja Folk Village because it's fun even for adults. Like, I know there's kids here, but we
it was
enjoyed
great.
it.
It was great. You're like living in the moment trying to get out of there.
Okay, and next up we are visiting the Ninja Museum. And we've come up to the second floor where they have a lot of photographs that show, oh, I have hiccups. They have a lot of photographs that show you the weapons they used, how they used them. So you can see their weapons and their tools, but also the photographs demonstrating how are these actually used in practice, right? So yeah, it's really fun. If you dreamt of being a ninja as a kid, you're gonna like this place. Tell us what we got.
Ice creamies. We got green tea, ice cream, and chocolate ice cream.
Yes.
We deserve it after escaping the ninja house, right?
Precisely.
And throwing ninja stars.
Yeah, we're gonna enjoy this before we get back on the bus.
That's my favorite ice cream flavor in Japan. Green tea. Actually, I take it back. Wasabi is my favorite flavor.
Ooh.
After I got to try that on the day trip from Matsumoto. Remember?
Do you remember?
This is a close second though. Very tasty.
And I'm always happy with chocolate ice cream. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong, right?
That's true.